Good morning, student. In my previous video, we started new chapter number 3, plants, and the topic which I explained you, plant. A plant can be divided into two parts. It means parts of a plant, and it is divided into two parts, root and shoot. And what are the parts of the plants? We discuss leaf, bud, fruit, flower, stem, root. These all are the parts of the plant. And a plant can be divided into two parts, the root and the shoot. The part of the plant that grows below the ground is called it the root, and part of the plant that grows above the ground is called it the shoot. And after that, we discuss or I explain you classification of plants. You can also say that in our surroundings we are able to see different shape and sizes of plants. So according to their shape and size and stem, these plants can be divided into various categories according to their size, stem and roots. So under the heading types of plants, I have given you the explanation of trees. What are trees? What are herbs? What are shrubs? What are climbers and creepers? So these types of a plant we have discussed in our previous video. Now student, in my today video I will explain you the root and how many types of roots. What are the function of root? What is stem? And what are the functions of the stem? Now student, let study in detail the function of different parts of a plant. Now when we discuss student, or when I explain you plant, at that time I tell you that plant can be divided into two parts, the root and the shoot. The part of the plant that grows below the ground is called it the root. And student, what is the color of the root? White. What is the color of the root? White. And the part of the plant that grows above the ground is called it the shoot. The part of the plant that grows above the ground is called it the shoot. Now The shoot has stem, branches, leaves, buds, flowers, and what are the different parts of the shoot? Are stem, branches, leaves, buds, flowers, and fruits. Student, when you are watching the video, please take one rough copy and pen or pencil, and what I am explaining you, please note down the important points of the topic. After watching the video, when do you open the book, read it, and do the recapitulation of the topic. So with these headings which you will note down in your rough copy, it gives you better understanding of the topic, because just listening video for 20 or 30 minutes you will forget. So it is better when I am explaining, at the same time you also start making the notes of the important point which I discuss or which I explain you at the time of teaching. Now student, see, let first I explain you the root. So now we will do the detail discussion, or I give you the detail of or explanation of different parts of a plant. Let's start with root. We know student that root are the most important part of the plant, and where we find the roots, they are under the soil. Where we find the roots student, roots are under the soil. Is it clear? Now student, we can say that they are the mouth of the plant. Why we say roots are known as the mouth of the plants? What is the reason for that? We also say that student, roots are also known as the mouth of the plant, because root is the part which is below the ground, and one of the function which I will also discuss when I discuss functions of root, at that time I will explain you. But now also I am telling you, root absorb nutrients and water from the soil and transport them to other part of the plants through stem, because root is attached to the stem and roots are in the soil. So root absorb water and nutrient, and from the root passes these things to the stem, and stem passes to the other part of the plant. So when we are talking about the root, student, today I will explain you there are two types of a roots: tap root and fibrous root. How many types of roots we have, Abhishek? Yes, your answer is right. We have two main types of roots, that is tap root and fibrous root. Now student, let understand what is tap root. First I show you the picture of the tap root, and after that I give you the explanation. See student, this is the picture of tap root. This is the picture of a tap root. In the picture, observe the picture, students. See, the roots are connected to the stem. The roots are connected to the stem. So now try to understand what is a tap root. See, student, tap root, it is the main root, and from where this root grows, it is the main root which grows from the end of the stem. Is it clear? It is the main root which grows from the end of the stem. And now what's happened? Many small roots grow from the main root. Student, in the case of a tap root, in a shortcut, just remember it in such a manner that it tap root has main root. Is it clear? And from these main root, many small root grow from the main root. That is known as tap root. Tap root is a thick mainstay root of a plant attached to the stem. That I explained you. What is a tap root? It is the main root which grows, and from where it grows? Which grows from the end of the stem. And now what's happened? Many small roots grow from the main root. That is the tap root. You all are able to understand? Once more I repeat it. What happened in the tap root? Tap root has a main root and it grows from the end of the stem. And now what's happened? From this main root, many small root grow. And from where this small root grow? From the main root. From the main root. And now student, from another thing, and the example of some tap roots are carrot, radish, beetroot. These are the example of tap root. That is the reason, student, we have to pull out carrot, radish, beetroot from the ground. Is it clear? So I think tap root, all of you are able to understand what is tap root. Now I show you the picture of a fibrous root. First observe the picture of a fibrous root and then I give you the explanation of the fibrous root. Observe the picture, student. This is the picture of a fibrous root. This is the picture of a fibrous root. Is it clear? Now try to understand what is fibrous root. It consists of many roots that grow from the end of the stem. Is it clear? It consists of many roots that grow from the end of the stem and which are bushy in appearance. Is it clear? And when I explain you tap root at that time I explained you tap root has main root which is attached to the stem, and after that what happens? Other roots grow, many small root, or you can say other roots grow from the main root. And in a fibrous root what happened? It consists of many roots. It means fibrous root does not have a main root. Note down this in the copy. Taproot has main root and many small roots grow from the main root. But in fibrous root do not have main root. Is it clear? Taproot do not have main root. It consists of many roots that grow from the end of the stem. And in the case of a taproot, I explained you that the main root is attached to the stem, and after that many small root come from the main root. But here in fibrous root, many roots that grow from the end of the stem. It means in fibrous root, many roots that grow from the end of the stem. It means fibrous root do not have main root. Is it clear? And where we see these types of roots, example of this type of roots are wheat, rice, maize, onion, grass, etc. These are the name of the plants which have fibrous root. Is it clear? The small lateral roots are able to cling to the soil, which makes them suitable for the prevention of a soil erosion. They are able to hold the soil tightly. These roots do not go deep under the ground. Is it clear? These root do not, which root? Fibrous root do not go deep under the ground. So one more time I am explaining you fibrous root. You write taproot, you draw one middle line, write heading taproot and fibrous root, and what point I am telling you, note down, then you are able to understand the difference between a taproot and fibrous root. One more time I am explaining. Note down the points. First, note down in a taproot. What's happened, student, in the taproot? That in a taproot, the main root is connected to the stem. Now what's happened? Many roots grows from this main root, that is your taproot. Is it clear? An example of taproots are carrot, radish. These are the example of a taproot. Beetroot is also a taproot. Now in fibrous root, what's happened? It consists of many roots. Now here not a single root is connected. It consists of many roots that grow from the end of the stem. What does it mean? It means that in a fibrous root we do not have main root. It means from the stem many roots are growing. From the stem many roots are growing from the stem. Is it clear? So that is the fibrous root. An example of fibrous root are wheat, rice, maize, onion, grass, etc. have fibrous root. Is it clear? even if you want to do one activity, student, even you want to do one activity of a taproot and fibrous root, you can do a small activity. Go in the ground, go in the ground and pull some grasses. Okay, and then you observe, wash the roots of the grass with the water. Then you will observe that there are many, then you will observe that there are many roots of the same size. They are attached to the stem. They are attached to the stem. Just take out the grass from the ground and wash the, what you will do, you will wash the roots of the grass. Then you will observe that, then what you will observe, you will observe that many roots of the same size, they are attached to the stem. So by this activity also your concept is clear of the fibrous root. By this small activity also your concept of fibrous root is clear. Okay student, now after discussing fibrous taproot and fibrous root, let study what are the functions of root. What are the functions of root? See, again I am repeating the same thing. Where we find the root, plant is divided in two parts, shoot and root. Root part is below the ground. Root part is below the ground. So student, try to understand what are the functions of root. Note down the points. First point, note down the point in your rough copy for your better understanding. First function, roots attach the plant, root attach the plant to the ground. So the part of the plant which is in the ground, that is root. So what does it mean? It means that root provides support to the plant and help in holding the plant firmly in the ground. You are understanding what I am saying? Roots attach the plant to the ground. So we know that student, roots are in the ground. So they support, so they provide support to the plant. That is the reason the plant stand straight. The upper part which we have discussed, when I tell you shoot part, so it gives support to the shoot part, or you can say stem. It gives support to the stem to stand straight in the ground. If there is no root, because root, what root is doing? Roots hold the soil very tightly. Is it clear? And that is the reason the plants do not fall. That is the reason, even due to wind or due to rain, the plants do not fall, because these roots hold the soil very tightly. So first point is clear. Second point, note down, roots absorb water and nutrients from the soil. Now another function of a root is that roots absorb water and nutrients from the soil. Plants need water for their growth. Root absorb water and nutrient from the ground and transport it to the stem. Now, student, I explain you second function of the root. So it is one of the most important function of the root. In the beginning I also told you that roots are also known as the mouth of the plant. In the beginning also I told you that roots are also known as the mouth of the plant. Why? Because they absorb water and nutrients from the ground, and these water and nutrients are very important for the growth of the plant. Student, in your earlier classes, maybe in class 4, your EVS teacher explained you good food habits. Why we perform different and different activities in our day to day life. So student, for performing these different activities, whether you are running, dancing, eating, writing and extra, so for performing these activities, from where you are getting the energy? So student, we are getting the energy from the food we eat. So student, at that time your teacher told you about a balanced diet, the diet which contain all the nutrients in a right amount, that is known as a balanced diet. It means we have to eat such type of a foods which have all the nutrients, like your nutrients are fat, carbohydrate, protein, vitamins and minerals. These are known as what? These are known as the nutrients. What are these known as, student? These are known as the nutrients which we get in the food. In the same manner, student, for the growth and development of the plant, they also need nutrients, and these nutrients are present in the soil. Now the question arises, which part of the plant is in the soil? So what is the answer? Root. That is the reason it is one of the important function of root. Root absorb water and nutrients, because in the case of the plants, nutrients, all the nutrients which are very good for the growth development of the plant, that are present in the soil, and these nutrients are absorbed by the root, and then they pass to the stem, and then stem pass to all parts of the plant. So student, one more thing you want to note down, then you can note down in your rough copy also. Soil is a major source of nutrients. Is it clear? As a human being, we are eating different types of food items. In very detail, your teacher told you food in chapter food. Why eating which type of a food, you are getting which type of a nutrient. In the same manner, plants take the nutrients from the soil, and the most important nutrients which are needed by the plants for their growth are nitrogen, note down, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, extra. So student, that is the reason the root system is in touch with the soil. Root is that portion which is below the ground. It means roots are in the soil and all these nutrients are present in the soil. So this is a very important function of a root, that they absorb water and nutrient from the soil and transport it to the stem, and the stem transport to all other parts of the plant. Even student, we say that soil is very fertile. We use the word fertile. Soil is very fertile. Fertile, fertile soil. Very good production of crop here. Do you know what is the reason for that? This is the reason for that. If the soil contain these types of nutrient which I explain you, I give the names of nutrient: nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur. If the soil contain these types of minerals, or you can say nutrient, then definitely there be a good production of crop. Is it clear? So now next point, roots hold the soil. This I have already discussed with you. Why we say root hold the soil? Again the same thing which I told you earlier. Root is that part of the plant which is under the ground. So definitely root will hold the soil. Root is that part which is in the touch of a soil, and other part of the plant are above the ground. They are above the ground. So root hold the plant. Root support. Root provides support to the plant. That is the reason plant stand straight. Is it clear? Now the roots of the plant hold the soil in place so that it does not get washed away during heavy rain, flood, extra, or by wind. A washing away of soil is called soil erosion. Another one more important thing which I want to discuss with you when I am explaining you the function of roots. Roots hold the soil. Okay, so see student, due to heavy rains or due to wind or flood, when water start coming out of the river and it covers the whole area, it means the area is submerged into that water. That condition is known as flood. You have seen the river Ganga is in Varanasi. But what is the condition of flood? When a river water come out of the river and it start spreading on the ground or nearby areas and the things start submerged, मतलब उसमें डूबने लगती हैं, submerged in that water, that condition is known as flood. Okay, so student, these roots hold the soil, and soil erosion is what? The fertile soil. If there are no plants in the field, then what's happened? At the time of a rain, or when wind blow, or at the time of a floods, the fertile soil move with the water from one place to another by wind or by rain or by flood, and this condition is known as soil erosion. So roots, or so you can also say that plants, if there are many plants in that area, so they can reduce this what? Soil erosion. You are understanding? So we have to plant more and more trees. So we have to plant more and more trees. Now next function, root store food. See student, what happens? Some roots are swollen and thick. They stored food. Is it clear? They stored food, and this is, for example, radish, turnip, beet root. These are the examples of a plants in which the root store the food, in which the root store the food. Or you can also say that in some plant extra food is stored in the tap root. For example, carrot, radish, beetroot, a food. And you know food is stored in which manner? Food is stored in the form of a carbohydrates like sugar, starch. Is it clear? So in today video, student, I hope you all enjoy the video and you are able to understand the topics which I have explained you. That is there, I explained today in today video. I explained you two main types of a roots, tap root and fibrous root, and what are the functions of root. Thank you, student.